Hey, it's Be Brave Friday, and this is me, Carrie Jones. I'm very, very cold right now in my office. I'm wearing fleece, and it's only October 1st. But we have a Be Brave Friday today, which I didn't think we were gonna have one, and it turned out to be email to me, which is a little weird, but kind of cool. And here goes. I've been reading your stuff on Patreon and Medium and loving it as always. I keep having this crazy idea pop up in my head, so I'm finally going to go out on a limb. It's Be Brave Friday, right? And ask you about it. You've likely already thought about doing this. Also, it's probably not realistic. Then again, maybe it would be amazing. So here goes. What if you started your own publishing imprint? You've already got a great platform, a well developed brand, thank you, and access to a ton of talented writers, many of whom, like me, are struggling to launch their stories into the world. I'm so tired of reading excellent work by wonderful humans, but knowing it has little chance of reaching readers. Most authors barely have the time to write, much less launch their own platforms, etc., even if they choose to self publish. An imprint like yours could lend legitimacy to a whole swath of quirky, life affirming stories and help those stories reach the readers who need to hear them. I know you're already working 24/7 to create your own content and run your own business, and I imagine the benefits to you would be quite small. Though ultimately, something like this could likely give you some marginal financial returns and increase your visibility too. That being said, I'm looking for a cause to devote myself to, so I'd be more than willing to write up a mission statement and business proposal and contribute my time, talents, and even some limited financial resources on an ongoing basis. I'm guessing a whole lot of gifted writers, editors, and designers would be willing to do the same. I know. This is a giant, wild, and probably foolish idea, but it wouldn't stop nagging me. I love you and admire you. I love you too. I want your stories and stories like yours to reach everyone. I want good humans to flourish. And now I feel scared and silly for saying all of this aloud, but I said it anyway. And that's a win, right? Sending you all kinds of love. I'm not going to say their name because I don't want them to be embarrassed. But that's the email I got today. And even though they said, I know, which I do in my editorial letters all the time, I didn't write that email. Feels like I did, but I didn't. And it feels like I did because for me, this is something we've been thinking about all the time, but we haven't had enough time to really super focus on it because what that person is saying is true. I read so many books every year and help so many writers every year, and some of them get published super quickly and get agents super quickly, and some of them self publish and get tons and tons of acclaim. But some of them, equally good writers, equally good stories, often just a little bit quirky, maybe not 100% typical in the three act structure. Ooh, it looks like I'm crying. Um, don't. They don't get published. And it kind of angers me. Traditional publishing has a lot of overhead and they have a lot of employers and employees and costs, and they have to find books that are going to make them money and reach big audiences. But sometimes you don't want those big audiences for your book. And sometimes some of us, we don't want to read the books that are going to hit the big audiences. We want to read those quirky books, those literary books, those brilliant books, or just those, hey, here you go. It's a necromancer at a campground in love with a skunk books. All those books deserve to be out there and to reach the readers that they want to. So I think this person was so brave because A, it takes a lot of ovaries to tell someone else, hey, you want to do this? And B, because they're thinking outside the box and thinking outside the box. Oh, I just said ovaries. And did I say that word? I'm not very professional, but thinking outside those things, that's brave. It's brave. And trying to find ways to get your stories out there and trying to find and inspire other people too, that's pretty that's pretty awesome. So I really appreciate your email that randomly came to me today. It made me nervous and anxious and scared and excited all at once. Which means this is going to be something I truly do look into. Because you're right. Those writers, those amazing writers, deserve to have their books out there. Thanks for sending it. Hey, and if anybody else has a Be Brave story about your own life, not necessarily that's something you want me to do for business, send it to Carrie Jones Books, Carrie Jones Books at gmail.com. Thanks, and I hope you have a brave week.